Hello, so it's just John here for an A50 tutorial, and we're going to be using Unreal to create a watch face. So what we're going to need to do is, well, what I've got is 3 parts: hour, minute and texture. I'm just going to use the texture to create a material which we can just call watch face or whatever we need to. And we're also going to want to bring in our 2 other textures. Oops. So we're going to try and do pretty much all of this inside of the material editor. And let's just set this up so we get that. Alright, so because we're using, which one's this one, the minute? Okay, we'll just do the minute for now, so I'm just going to put the hour one over here. Because we're using an opacity mask, we're going to need a multiply. And we're going to take U by U. And we're also going to need another multiply, but we're going to use the opacity mask from this one, and negate it. So 1 minus is going to find the opposite, invert it, get U by U, and then let's blend both of you guys together and put you in our basic. And this should give us our basic watch. And it did. As we can see, we've got our watch face and we have the hour. So let's get to the good stuff. And we're going to use a custom rotator, which we're going to stick into our UVs. And to make sure our custom rotator works, we're going to need a texture code, which again, we'll go into our UVs. And for this example, it's going to basically work by, if I grab a number to show you. So 0 will be pretty much as it is. But if I set this to, say, 0.25, this should go to 50 quarters past. Well, it should do. It went the wrong way, but we're going to talk about that more in a minute. But we don't want to manually control this. We want it to auto control. So I'm going to put this on a period of 1. So this is going to be our seconds. And as you can see, we now have seconds going by. Looks pretty good, right? It looks alright. It's a bit fast though. So what we need to do is, let's say, do this over 6 seconds, and actually let's divide you by 6. Giving us a total value of 1, but done over a longer time. Cool, we're closer, but actually this is a minute, if we want this to be a minute hand, it's actually going to have to be 60 by 60. Great, there we go, we have a minute hand, and we can do the same thing for this one. So let's just grab all of you guys and duplicate and put you over here. But we're going to want to actually take you guys and add another 0 to you. Not that many zeros. And if we start previewing, well, that would take a long time to preview, actually thinking about it. So let's stop previewing. For now, I'm just going to, again, put this to side. We'll come back to that. Because we currently have this problem where it's going anti-clockwise. Right? And that's the wrong way that time goes. So, for sort of sake of test, we can do some maths. So let's get time. And again, let's put this on a period of 1. And if we get a debug scalar values. So I've actually only just really recently discovered about this debug scalar values, and it's really cool. So I thought I'd share it, because look what this does. If and when it loads, it shows us our actual number. It shows, like, sometimes I don't know, if you're not great or amazing at maths, sometimes it's really nice just to sort of have it show you the outcome. So as you can see, we're going from 0 to 1, and we actually need to go from like 1 to 0. So if we, let's say, take this and subtract the same thing, this should give us a static number, and that static number should either be 0 or 1. Cool, 0. Like I said, not amazing at maths. And we can add 1 to this, giving us that value of 1. So now we've got our base point. We're starting at 1. And what we're going to need to do is then finally get another subtract. And let's take the same time. And in theory, this should now go from 1 to 0 in reverse order. As we can see, it works. Great. Good stuff. So now we know that this logic here works. We could plug this into there, like that. And the clock will now go the correct way. Awesome, right? I think so. It's pretty awesome. Again, we're sort of like where, you know, this is at like way too fast time, but we could do our division and stuff like this. But there is an easy way. I just wanted to mainly show you that way. Sorry if you feel like I've wasted your time. But let's put this back together and let's be smarter about this. Let's be smarter about this. So we'll come back to the wrong way around. And what I'm going to do is, let's grab a plane and let's scale this up a bunch so we can see it. And let's drag our material on it. Cool, as you can see, that's working. But what if we were to take this and, that's right, flip it 180? 175 apparently. Well, let's see through. Let's quickly change it back to two-sided and hit save. And yes, magic's now working. Though obviously this comes with its own problems, because now this is the wrong way around, so we would actually have to do this over two materials. So I would say this is computationally less expensive, because all we've done is we've flipped it rather than running all these calculations down here. So what we'd need to do is we'd need to duplicate this and have the hands just on one thing and the background on another. So we'd have two materials. So let's right click and duplicate. And you know, for now that'll be fine. That's terrible naming conventions. Alright, so we've got number 1, which is just going to be our hands. Right? Just going to be our hands. So we'll take you and we'll put you into there. No, we're going to actually have to take base and put that into there. And we'll use our opacity mask from our watch hand. Essentially negating the need for any of that. Put this to masked, hit save. So now, as you can see, we have our hand, and on watch numero dos, we're just going to take this, put it into a base color, and hit yield cleanup, hit save, and let's duplicate this. And let's duplicate this and put it just underneath. Switch this one to the other material. And we have a little bit of height difference wise, but we can fix this. So that's 260, which is the hand, and the base should be, let's go, 258. And you know what? While we're fixing this, shall we fix the other problem and set this to a cylinder? And this needs to have like 0.1 height, so we don't see any base. And this way, we're not going to see, you know, the edges of the sort of looping it out. And there you have it. I mean, we've only set up one hand, but there's, so like I say, there's a couple ways that we could tell about doing that. And I just sort of wanted to show you them all, and it's quite nice, isn't it? It looks pretty cool. And if we wanted to, we could bring in, get our other hand back involved. So let's get you. We'll have to switch this from a thing to an additive. So take off you, switch you from this to additive. And let's hit save. So obviously, because we've had to sort of switch to additive, which actually on hindsight looks pretty awful, because we're sort of trying to blend the blacks out of that. What would happen if we added you two together? Added you together, and then we got our opacity masks together. Put these into our opacity masks. Switch back to masked. Nada. We got nada. Maybe it doesn't like multiplying the opacity masks. So let's try and add them to. Oh, or maybe it's because I left this in the wrong thing. Let's try this first. Nope, it didn't like that. Let's try separating you, putting you two together. Hey, we've lost a bit of colour, but without sort of messing about with it a bit more, that will do for now. So there you go, guys. We have set up a basic watch inside Unreal Engine. And we still need to flip this. What was you thinking? There you go. There you go. We have set up a basic watch face inside Unreal with working hands, and I hope you have found that useful. So once again, as always, thanks for your time.